whatever I am today is only because of the mercy of the devotees and the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and my spiritual master. Otherwise, हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना, अपने आप की कोई हैसियत नहीं है, कोई योग्यता नहीं है. योग्यता विचारे किछु नहीं पावे, तुम्हारा करुणा सारा. नरोत्तम दास ठाकुर सेस, कोई योग्यता विचार करेंगे ना, कुछ नहीं पावे, कुछ नहीं मिलेगा अंदर. तुम्हारा करुणा सार. So everything is the karuna of Srila Prabhupada. So it is said, Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat kripa tamham vande Shri Gurun Dinatarinam. Shri Paramananda Madhavam Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. So it is said, I was hearing from His Grace Radha Gopinath Prabhu. Everybody have heard him? Everybody knows who is Radha Gopinath Prabhu? The famous Science of Self-Realization lecture series. When he was introduced, he said, the introduction has only one purpose, that this is the expectation that we have from you, so you have to keep up to it. So that is how one should take introduction as. So I hope I seek prayers, I seek blessings from all of you, that whatever I speak may be pleasing to Krishna, may be pleasing to your all hearts, so that I can also get your blessings and prayer, so that I can also experience the joy of Krishna consciousness. So first of all, thank Priyanka Mataji and Abhishek Prabhu for inviting us into this in his ashram, and I thank you everyone for taking out time on this day to come and hear Krishna Katha. I was thinking what to speak on. In the internet, what is very hot nowadays? T20 World Cup. Good. Anything else? All the men will say cricket. I know that. India versus Pakistan. How many of you watched India versus Pakistan match? Incidentally, I went to Vrindavan on 15th. I just went for a week for my Guru Maharaj Vyas Puja. And I was returning from a Singapore flight. I was in the quarantine because it was Ekadasi, I had some nuts remaining. I didn't want to throw them. So I was standing in the queue, and there were a lot of Indian young boys standing with me in the quarantine. And the lady in the quarantine said, are you together? Looking at 4 boys. They said, we are all together. He was referring to the queue. She said, what do you mean you're all together? We are 150 of them. So there were 100 people almost plus in the flight who had come to Melbourne. And she said, 100 of you? Because there's no concept of 100 people in a family, right? So it's 4 or 5 the max. 100 people? They said, yeah, we all come here. So, why have you come? She asked. We've come to witness India-Pakistan match. So she started laughing loudly. And then I was thinking, my God, people are so crazy. They have spent money to come here to watch the match. So just like I had been to Vrindavan to watch Krishna and Balram, they had come all the way to this kshetra to watch the 11 Devatas and headed by Mr. Virat Kohli. And they had come to see the Leela that they do with a stick and a ball. We also go to Vrindavan to see his stick, the Gopal stick which Krishna holds. So, and of course, what else is happening in the internet?
The new Britain Prime Minister of India.
Good, thank you. Very nice. Rishi Sunak. Good, very nice. What else is happening? He's a scapegoat actually.
Yeah.
They can't solve the problem, so he's been tied the bell now. He's the cat. Who's going to bell the cat? So he's going to scapegoat now. He's going to save the economy. Don't know what's going to happen. If it's going to go down, then they're going to blame him. If it's going to go up, then they're going to take collars on British democracy. So what else is happening in the internet?
War.
Huh? War, yes. I just want to know how updated you're all. Thank you, Prabhuji. So these are all called as material news. Because Jiva's innate tendency is to gather news. ये innate tendency है. Who knows this better? Who knows this better, the Jiva's tendency? Huh? God? Krishna? Only Krishna? Huh? Who else knows our intention? That we also want news. Maya Devi, okay. Who are the agents of Maya? Of course, Maya works through her agents. Media, of course. Media, the internet. Because all the whole world wants one thing from us. What is that? What is that one thing the whole world or the media wants from us? Our attention. They want our attention, that's all. And they will do it at any cost. At any cost. And they will throw on the screens what and their window of opportunity is the screen. Or this screen, you see? Or the screen. इसका बड़ा भाई छोटा भाई यहाँ पे छोटा भाई बड़ा भाई और all black. Krishna is also black. They are also black. They are imitating Krishna, you see. They also want to become Krishna. So they also want to attract our attention. So the media also knows that they want to attract. We have to grab their attention somehow or the other. Yeah, cricket mein, yeah, what is happening in UK, or what is happening in the movie industry, or what is happening elsewhere, what is happening in someone's country, what is happening because of war. Everybody is interested in only one thing, and in Sanskritam it is called as Vishaya. If you come to Karnataka, they will say Vishaya. Yen sar Vishaya, they will say. Vishaya comes from the root dhatu vish. Vish means poison. जो विष से आया विषा आयते इति विषया. So therefore, the whole world is only feeding us this vishaya. That's why Krishna says vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehinah rasavarjam rasopyascha. So one who is attracted to vishaya means this material news. One who is attracted to this material news, they will always be attracted away from Krishna. Their attraction towards Krishna is very difficult. Very difficult, because one who has drunk the poison of Vishaya, which is material news, it is very difficult to be attracted to Krishna Katha, because Krishna Katha is completely or tangentially opposite to material news. Pura opposite hai. So therefore, when somebody wants to hear Krishna Katha, initially it is very poisonous. It feels very distasteful. Even it may feel tasteful in the beginning, but very quickly it will become, I'm getting very bored out of it. But material world, it's very interesting in the beginning. What is that? Aaj ka taza khabar. Every news channel is throwing this news. Something or the other they will be throwing. And there'll be, sometimes I see my mom's friends and everyone, they'll be sharing a lot of WhatsApp, small snippets. And sometimes the snippets will be concerned with some cow, something related to Krishna consciousness, but not related to Krishna consciousness. And they get carried away so much with these small snippets. So therefore, Maya can grasp our attention very quickly, and we can very quickly derail from the train of Krishna consciousness. Therefore, Krishna comes down to this material world to save us. He comes down and enacts his beautiful pastimes. So actually, we are all searching for one thing. What is that one thing every living entity is searching for in this material world? Happiness. Actually, it is not happiness. We are searching for something else. Masala? Peace, okay. Anything else? Satisfaction, yes. Anything else? They're not wrong answers.
Enjoyment?
Huh?
Permanent happiness.
Permanent happiness, good. Enjoyment, good. Anything else? Love, good. Service, nice.
Actually, we are searching for Krishna, but we don't know that we are searching.
Very good. That is the answer I was expecting. Because all of this are an embodiment of Krishna. Satisfaction, peace, enjoyment, everything is there in Krishna. Ekam tattvato jnatva. If you know one thing by which you can know everything, that one thing is Krishna. Ekam tattvato jnatva. This is what Acharya Madhva quotes from the Agni Purana. Ekam sat tattvato jnatva. If you know that one thing by which you can know everything, then you don't have to know everything separately. The scientists, how many of you know about the CERN laboratory? in Switzerland. They are trying to find out the Big Bang theory, what is the root cause of how this universe came into being.
There's one young boy.
Who, Prabhuji?
He knows.
Huh?
You know, yeah? Yeah, he knows, yeah.
It has a hydrogen collider and there's also a giant statue.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, giant statue of
Shivji.
Shivji. Wow. Do you know why there is a giant statue of Shivji there?
You know?
Because he is everything. Like they're trying to find out what.
Very good. He's something very nice. What's your name?
Atharva Bora.
Atharva?
Bora. Bora.
Atharva. Atharva. Bora is a surname. That's very interesting. Okay. Do you know Bora is, do you have a significance of that surname? No? Bora is also an exalted devotee's name from Maharashtra. Have you heard of the Kumhar, who was a devotee of Pandurang Vitthal? His name was Bora. So, thank you, Atharva. Atharva Rishi. Jai. We have a Ved on his name, Atharva Ved. So, even the scientists are trying to find out that one thing by which this existence came into the being. They thought it's a particle, therefore they named it the Higgs boson particle. And because of this particle, everything came into being. But you ask them, how did this particle come into being? वो answer नहीं मिलेगा उनको. They will tell you, they'll give you 1-2 hours. I was having a person who claimed himself to be a scientist in our Bhagavatam discussions. So I unfortunately had to watch a video called Nothing. There was a video called About Nothing. And that video was 3.5 hours. Can you even believe? 3.5 hours. He explained to me in a graph and whatnot about nothing. At the end, he said nothing. He gave a definition of nothing. And the definition was half a page. And he finally said nothing means another particle, which is something different. That is nothing. I said, that is something, Baba. That's not nothing. It's not, then why are you calling it as nothing? So the thing is, everybody in this material world, especially who are antagonist for Krishna, who is against Krishna, they want to prove that there is no Krishna, there is no God. By proving that everything comes from something, everything comes from an particle, proton, neutron, sab aise hi aa gaya. This material world just like that came out of nothing. Big Bang theory. But how did the Big Bang occur? Nobody will tell you. No, that we don't know. But Big Bang hua hai. How? Okay, even if they find out how, if you ask them why, they will not be able to answer that question. And the beginning of the Brahma Sutra, we say, Anadiradir Govindam Sarva Karana Karanam. Karana, why? When you ask that why, because he is the cause. We answer the question why. How to pata chal jayega? That's not very difficult. That's a child task. They have to discover how this happened. Right? And Krishna says, Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattah sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha. Krishna says, everything emanates from me, Arjuna. Time and again Krishna says this. Even in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Lord Brahma tells this to Narada Muni. Because Narada Muni comes to Brahmaji and he asks, my dear father, it seems that I was thinking till now that you are the Supreme Lord. Because you are the creator of these three worlds. You know, Brahmaji is like the children around. They play with Lego toys, they construct something and then they destroy after it. That's exactly what Brahmaji does. He constructs the three worlds, and the end of when he goes to bed in the night, he destroys all the three worlds. That's called as Nitya Pralayam. Nitya Pralayam means he destroys the Bhur, Bhuvaha and Suvaha. All the three planetary systems gets destroyed. And again in the next day of his life, he starts creating, because his one day is 3 trillion years. And one night is another 3 trillion years. And then in the next day, he starts construction, the creation again. So this is his job. So Narada Muni thought, he's the Supreme Lord. He's creating everyone. He's created me. He's created all these devatas. So he went and he said, it looks like you are the Supreme Lord, but somehow I have a doubt. This is in the second canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Apparently, the second canto of Srimad Bhagavatam is the most toughest of the cantos in the entire Bhagavatam. It is the most shortest, the smallest, but it is the most toughest section because it's very philosophical. So Narada Muni asked, and Brahmaji said, actually I am not the Supreme Lord. There is a Lord above me. And then he takes him for a darshan of Lord Narayana, and from the Mahavishnu, from Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, how he comes from a lotus flower and how he was created as the first being. So he says, I am the secondary creator. There is someone who has created me also. And then he tells everything that how he was doing tapa, how when he was born he was alone. He is the first being. He is the one who was the first child of the Lord. The Lord creates Brahmaji out of his navel. So like that. And then he tells how Vishnu told me, Aham evasam eva agre nanyadyat sadasat param. Aham evasam eva agre. There was a time when nobody existed, Brahmaji. It was only me. It is said in the Narayana Upanishad also. It is said, Eko havai Narayana asit na esha na brahmaha. There was no Brahma, no Isha. There was only one. Eko havai Narayana asit. When everything was destroyed, there's only one. So like this, time and again, the scriptures say that here is the Supreme Lord who is the creator and the maintainer of everything. Now, my today's discussion topic was not to discuss the greatness of Krishna, not to discuss that he is the Supreme Lord, but that Supreme Lord from which everything exists, from which the sun and the moon, the seasons, the oceans all behave according to a proper physical rule. The scientists have discovered the physical rules. They have discovered that how the ritu, the seasons change. Therefore, they can forecast the weather for us. So you see your weather forecast. Why? How is that possible? Because there is a mathematical equation by which they can say, if the clouds are here, it's going to rain. They can see in the radar, based on mathematical calculations, they can predict the forecast, the weather. Who has created those mathematical equations? It is Krishna. Who has created that the sun has to rise from the east, the earth has to rotate in a proper direction, the earth should be tilted by 22.5 degrees. Who has done these mathematical calculations? This amazing creation is happening only because of Krishna. Think of our own body. Why of the external? Think of our own body. Our heart is beating without our knowledge. We don't have to pump our hearts. You don't have to put a pump and artificially say, please pump. Or thoda. And then you have to say, I have tired, my dear wife. Can you also help pump my heart? It doesn't happen like that, isn't it? It is happening automatically. Automatically. You eat in your mouth, the food travels through the food pipe and then digests automatically. Amazing, isn't it? Our children are born. Now think about it. Sometimes in the material world, who is the most pujaniya vastu in this material world? Worshipable. Who is the most worshipable in this material world? Mother. Why? Why is the mother most worshipable? She's the first guru, yes. Give him birth. Mother also represents the Supreme Lord in one sense. Now think about it. From the mother's abdomen is connected to the child's abdomen through the umbilical cord. Very similarly, how Vishnu's navel is connected to Brahmaji's through the umbilical cord of the lotus stem. You see, the outer cosmos of how the entire material existence exists, that same existence exists inside the womb of a mother. Therefore, it is said when a mother is carrying a child, she doesn't have to pay obeisances because she's carrying a little Lord inside. Because the Lord is there in everyone. So now when she's pregnant, she's carrying two Lords, one Paramatma in her heart and one Paramatma in the child's heart. How amazing is that? That worshipable deity, the mother, she carries the child for how many months? 9 months. 9 months. Now I will challenge. After delivery, can she tie the same baby to her abdomen for another 9 months? क्या होगा? Back pain आ जाएगा. Then how was she carrying the child inside the womb? For 9 months. The same baby. Same baby. उसका ही बेटा है, उसका ही बच्चा है. यहाँ बांध लो पेट के ऊपर. अभी टाई कर लो. देखते हैं कितने घंटे. 1, 2, 3 घंटे, 4 घंटे, 5 at the max. Maybe 1 day. That's it. Then she have to say, अरे सुनते हो? I'm tired. नापी भर लो. I'm tired, I can't take care anymore. Same mother who was carrying for 9 months. Was it the mother who was carrying the child? No, it was the Lord. It was the Lord carrying the baby inside the womb. Because if it was the mother, she can carry it outside also. Because she shouldn't feel any different. But she starts automatically feeling the baby is heavy. How long can you hold a little baby? You can't. Either you have to put him on the shoulder, because we all have experience of bringing up children. It's very difficult. Or you have to put him on the lap. It's difficult to carry sometimes someone in the abdomen because back pain aa jayega na. But how wonderful that the creation of the Lord, that mother has been imbued with the strength to carry sometimes not one, not two, not three, sometimes 9 children or 10 children in the abdomen. How wonderful is that? And yet we do not acknowledge the supreme power of the Supreme Lord. That is what Krishna says. Therefore, Krishna says, Tesham evanukampartham aham ajnanajam tamaha nashayami atmabhavasto jnanadipena bhashvataha. Krishna says, if someone becomes cognizant of me, then I will imbue them with jnana. Jnana deepena. I will light the lamp of knowledge. Now, the whole point is, Mataji was saying, we are all searching for that Krishna. Actually, we are searching for Krishna. But we are searching for Krishna through his superlatives, through his adjectives, in terms of happiness, peace, joy, satisfaction, contentment. Ye sab adjectives hai, which is all embodiment of Krishna. If you know Krishna, then you know everyone. You know everything. Everything is automatically achieved. How? That is the discussion today we want to discuss. Krishna says in the 4th chapter, Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo vetti tattvataha tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti so Arjuna. Now, in the Bhagavad Gita, we were discussing, we had a program in Madhukar Prabhu's house. Chaitanya Charan Prabhu had given a class there, and I was discussing with Jagannath Ram Prabhu. He was saying, we were discussing about the Madhva Sampradaya, and he was saying, is there any rasa vichar in Madhva Sampradaya? I said, there is, at least as far as I know, there is no exquisite writings in deep rasa tattva vichar. There will be some rasa, but deeper rasa tattva analysis is not there in Madhvacharya Sampradaya. But that is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give us. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's मन में जो इच्छा थी, उसको व्यक्त किया किसने? हाँ? रूप गोस्वामी. श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टम, श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टम स्थापितम येन भूतले. इस भूमि पे जिन्होंने चैतन्य महाप्रभु का जो मन का जो है, जो कहना चाहते जो रस है, उसको व्यक्त किया किसने? रूप गोस्वामी. That is why his pranam mantra is Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadatiswa Padantikam. To the I pay my obeisances to that Rupa Goswami. Why? Because he is our Rasacharya. Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami. And that is why in Gaudiya Sampradaya we go a little deeper than Tattva. Janma karma che me divyam evam yo vetti tattvataha. But Tattva has many aspects. One is the Tattva about him as a Supreme Lord, and also him as the Rasaraj, as the most attractive personality in the entire existence, Krishna. Now today I was thinking we will discuss something about the Damodarastakam which we sing. We all know Damodarastakam, right? Most of you, anyone who has not sung the Damodarastakam for the first time? Any newcomers here who has not done Damodar Arti? Nobody, right? Or there are few devotees. Okay. So Damodarastakam, I'll give you a small brief. Yes, Prabhuji, if you can share that with everyone. We will just discuss at least 2-3 paragraphs. So, in the Padma Purana, Vedavyasa has compiled Satya Vrata Muni. His name itself is so nice. Satya Vrata. व्रत तो बहुत होते हैं, बहुत व्रत होते हैं. जो कृष्णा का व्रत करता है वो ही सत्य व्रत माना जाता है. That is what is called Satya Vrata. So there was a Muni called Satya Vrata Muni, and he compiled a poem of 8 verses, which is called as Ashtakam, and it is named as Shri Damodarastakam. It has got 8 verses. And when he compiled this and Vedavyasa documented this in the Padma Purana, Our Rasaraj, who is Sanatana Goswami, who is the elder brother of Rupa Goswami, has written a tika, has written a commentary on this Ashtakam. It's called as Dikdarshini Tika. And this prayer is very unique because it is glorifying whom? It is glorifying Krishna. Which Krishna? The child form of Krishna. How old was Krishna when this happened? When this pastime of Damodara. You're seeing Damodara there in the photograph there. How old he might be? Probably 2.5, 3 years. Around 3 years. So, this Ashtakam is about glorification of that Krishna. In which place? Not in Vrindavan. Gokul. Because Vrindavan was a later point. But actually, this pastime is taking place in Nanda Maharaj's place, which is Gokul. If you go to Vrindavan, one of the parikramas, you will go to Gokul, and in Gokul you will see that place even today. the grinding mortar that he was tied to. So of course, worn out completely because 5,000 years. So this Damodar Ashtakam is very unique. Why? Because our Gaudiya Vaishnava reference manual is Hari Bhakti Vilasa. We follow Hari Bhakti Vilas. Hari Bhakti Vilas is the do's and don'ts for Vaishnavas. And especially in this month, what is this month called as? Kartik month. Why is it called as Kartik? Correct. Because Radharani's name is Kartika. She's Kartika Devi. So therefore this month is dedicated in her name actually. And this is also called as Damodar Mas because it is also dedicated to Damodar, the presiding deity for every month. There is a presiding deity. And for this month it is Damodar. So therefore, in this month it is very auspicious to worship Radha and Damodar. Radha Damodar. Because one who worships Krishna without Radharani, Krishna never accepts such worship. Because Aradhana of Krishna, Aradhana means to worship Krishna. Aradhana can only be done by Radharani. So only by Radharani's mercy we can worship Krishna. So therefore Krishna and Radha must always be worshipped together. So therefore this is called Damodarastakam, and the culmination of this Damodarastakam, Satyavrata Muni writes, Namo Radhikayai Tvadiya Priyayai Namo Nantalilaya Devaya Tubhyam. So he pays his obeisances to Radhika Devi in the end, you see. But somehow brings Radharani also, because although Krishna is still a 2.5-year-old baby, Satyavrata Muni brings in that I have to pay my obeisances to Radhika also, because without worshipping Radharani, Damodar, you cannot please Damodar. So we will discuss a little bit about Damodar Ashtakam. It's interesting because for the time, how long was Krishna in Vrindavan? How long did he spend? How many years did he spend in Vrindavan? 10. At the age of 10, he went to Mathura. From a material calculation. Of course, he's always Navayavanam. Navayavanam means 16. He's always 16. Sweet 16. But materially, he was 10 years old when he left Vrindavan. At the age of 7, he did Rasa Leela. So, he spent 10 years in Vrindavan. This 10 years, the Acharyas have written millions of lines of literature for that 10 years he has spent there in Vrindavan. And they can write millions more to glorify Krishna. Because Krishna's appearance in Vrindavan is very unique. The Acharyas go on to say that Dwarkadish Krishna, when he steps out of Vrindavan and enters Dwarka, he becomes a king, he becomes a prince because he is the son of Devaki and Vasudev. So the beauty of Vasudev Krishna is not as beautiful as Nanda's Krishna, they say. Because Krishna in Vrindavan, if you are seeing there is Balram and Krishna standing there, Krishna doesn't even adorn jewelry when he is in Vrindavan. If you read Vishnu Sahasranamam, he is glorified as Vanamali Chakri Chanandaki. Vanamali means he is always wearing a garland made of forest flowers, not even cultivated flowers, forest flowers, wild flowers. So he wears garland of wild flowers, he keeps a bull horn, he keeps a go stick and he's always holding a flute. You will never see Krishna holding a flute other than Vrindavan Krishna. In Dwarka, he never holds a flute. With the Pandavas, he never holds a flute. Never. In Mathura, he never holds a flute. So this unique form of Krishna, we can only see in Vrindavan. In this Vrindavan, Krishna is never glorified. Krishna is never prayed. Krishna is always chastised. Krishna is disciplined. Krishna carries the chappal of his father and mother on his head. And in this place, Vrindavan, Krishna is not worshipped. He is not worshipped. Radha and Krishna is never worshipped in Vrindavan. It's very unique. They are never worshipped. But Krishna and Radha are always... Then what is that upasana we do of Krishna and Radha in Vrindavan? Huh? Yeah, it's only love. It's only prema. It's only love. In Vrindavan, it is called prema madhurya. It's only love for Krishna. Only love. And this love exists in so many rasas. The Gopas love Krishna. The mothers love Krishna. Gopis love Krishna. The fathers love Krishna. The cows love Krishna. The trees love Krishna. The stones love Krishna. There's only love. It is called as prema mai. There is only love for Krishna. But Krishna is not glorified as the Supreme Lord. Oh my dear Lord, give me the benediction of moksha. Nothing. Now, such a person is glorified in this prayer. So perhaps the Acharyas say this is the only prayer which is a prayer for Krishna. Otherwise, you will not find a prayer for Krishna. Even the Gopi Geet which the Gopis sing, it is not a prayer. Although, in one sense, they pray. Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam kavibhiriditam kalmashapaham shravanamangalam shrimadatam bhuvi ghrananti ye bhurida jana. The gopis say, Tava kathamritam, tapta jivanam. Our life is your story, Krishna. We can live our lives just by hearing your katha. Although it is a prayer, but it is not a prayer. Because in the next line they chastise him. Pati sutan vayad bhratra bandhavan ati vilanghatenti achyuta gataha gati vidastavod gita mohita khitavayoshita kastya jenishi. They say, you are a thief, Krishna. You called us. You only called us. The Acharyas go on glorifying this. They didn't call Krishna. Gopis did not call Krishna. Krishna only played his flute. Bansuri baja aur gopis ko bulaya. It was he the culprit. He was the culprit. We always pray Krishna, Krishna, we want to see you. No, here Krishna wants to see the gopis. So usne bansuri bajai. So when he plays the flute, nobody can hear the flute except the gopi. So he's so expert that there are certain notes in the flutes that he plays, only the gopis can hear it. A gopi ka husband बाजू में बैठा रहता है, उसको कुछ नहीं सुना देता है. Gopi सुनाए. Gopi is serving for the husband. Then she hears. Then she becomes mad. The husband says, क्या हुआ? कुछ नहीं, आप खाना खाओ. Then they are getting mad. Then they just say, 1 minute आती हूँ. Dad. They run out of the house. Same story in everybody's house. Young gopis, they leave everything. कहाँ जा रही हो? 1 minute आ रही हूँ, 1 minute, आप खाना खाओ. 1 minute आ रही हूँ. Run. And there's one gopi is putting her baby to sleep, and then Soja, and then suddenly she hears Krishna's flute. Nobody else hears that flute. And then when Krishna goes there, when the gopis come, Krishna says, hey, why you have come in the night, Baba? Chaste women don't come leaving their husbands in the night. You all go back. You have not. Then they chastise Krishna. First of all, you have called us here. Now you tell us to go back. We can't go. Now because you are instructing us, you have become our guru. So disciples cannot abandon the guru. So therefore it will become Guru Avehalna. So we will not go. So we will stay here. Then Krishna vanishes. And then they sing this Gopi Geet. And they say, Pati Sutan Vaya Bhratra Bandhavan. We have sacrificed our Pati, Suta, Bhratra, Bandhavan. Ati Vilangha. Without waiting, we have come here running to you, Krishna. And now you are Khitava. You are a cheat. You are telling us to go back now? We have left all the मान सब अपमान सहते हुए हम लोग आए, and now you are telling us to go back. You are a cheat, Krishna. This is how they glorify Krishna. They don't say Chintamani prakara sadma sukalpa vriksha. They don't say like that. They say you are a cheat. You are khitava. Khitava means you're a cheat. You see, you black man, you're cheating us. We will punish you. How dare you cheat us? Huh? Like that, they take revenge on Krishna. And Krishna loves this. Krishna loves this. So much so that when the Brahmana says, Om Krishnaya Idam Namah, Krishnaya Swaha, and they say, oh, I don't want to hear this, Baba. And when the gopis say, you black man, you cheat, bahut acha lag raha hai. Oh, thoda jana. Please scold me a little more. You see, this is called Rasa Vichar. And this Rasa Vichar is an exclusive contribution by the Gaudiya Parampara. Because it's very sweet. So why shouldn't Krishna enjoy this? Why shouldn't Krishna enjoy this? We see this rasa in mundane world also. Is it not? Sometimes when the wife scolds the husband feels very nice. Fact, Prabhuji? No? Bavle ho rahe sab husband. True, Prabhuji. Now they are saying true because the wives are sitting here. They have to say true. Like the bulls, you know. Yes, they will say yes, Prabhuji. So, now we will actually meditate on what Satyavrata Muni has written. So we will sing the first paragraph and then discuss about that. Rajamanam Lasat kundalam gokule Brajamanam Namamishwaram sa Chidanandarupam Lasat kundalam gokule Brajamanam Namamishwaram sa Chidanandarupam Lasat kundalam Gokule Brajamanam Yashodabhiyo Lukhaladhavamanam Paramrishthamatyanta Nritya Gopya Yashodabhiyo Rudantam muhurnetra yugmam brijantam karam bhojayumena shatankanetram. Muhushvasakam patrirekāṅkakantha sthitam graivam damodaram bhaktivatam. Muhushvasakam Namamishwaram Sachidanandarupam Lasat kundalam Gokule Brajamanam Yashodabhiyo Lukhaladhavamanam Paramrishthamatyanta Nritya Gopya दृक्स्वलीलाभे आनन्दकुन्दे स्वघोषं निमाजन्तं ख्यापयन्तम् इति तदीयेषिताग्नेषु भक्तर्जितात्मा पुनः प्रेमतस्त्वं शता वृत्तिवन्दे पुनः प्रेमतस्त्वं शता वृत्तिवन्दे नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं लसकुण्डलं गोकुले व्रजमाना यशोदाभियोलुखलाधवमाना परामृष्टमत्यन्ततो धृत्यगोप्या यशोदाभियोलुख वरं देवमोक्षं न मोक्षं वधिं वा न चान्यं वृणेऽहं वरे शादपि वरं देवमोक्षं इदं ते वपुर्नाथ गोपालबालं सदा मे मनस्याविराष्टं किमन्ये इदं ते सदा मे मनस्याविराष्टं नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले व्रजमाना यशोदाभियोलुखलाधवमानं परामृष्टमत्यन्ततो धृत्यगोप्या परां लाधवमाना परामृष्टमत्यन्ततो धृत्यगोप्या इदं ते मुखाम्भोजा अत्यन्तनीले धृतं कुन्तले स्निग्धर तश्च गोप्या मुहुशुम्बितं बिम्बरक्ताधरं मे मनस्याभिलाष्टं मलं लक्षलाभे मुहुश्चुम्बितं बिम्बरक्ताधरं मे मनस्याभिलाष्टं मलं लक्षलाभे नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले व्रजमाना यशोदाभियोलुखलाधवमानं परं पृष्ठमत्यन्ततो धृत्य गोप्या नमो देवदामोदरानन्त विष्णो प्रसिद्ध प्रभो दुःखजालाभिमाग्नं नमो देवदामोदरानन्त विष्णो प्रसिद्ध प्रभो कृपादृष्टिवृष्ट्याति देनं वतानु गृहणेश मामज्ञा मे द्राक्षिदृश्या नमामीश्वरां सच्चिदानन्दरूपां लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले व्रजमानम् यशोदाभियोलुखलाधवमानं परमृष्ठमत्यन्ततो धृत्य गोप्या यशोदाभियोलुखलाधवमानं कुबेरात्मजौ बद्ध मूर्त्यैव यद्वा त्वया मोचितौ भक्तिभाजौ कृतौ च तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वकामे प्रयच्छ न मोक्षे ग्रहो मिस्ट्री दामोदरे नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले व्रजमानम् यशोदाभियोलुखलाधवमानं परामृष्टमत्यन्ततो धृत्य गोप्या नमस्तेस्तु धाम्ने स्फुरदीप्तिधाम्ने त्वदीयोदरायथ विश्वस्य धाम्ने नमो राधिकायै त्वदीया प्रियायै नमो नन्दलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम् नमो राधिकायै त्वदीया प्रियायै नमो नन्दलीलाय देवाय शिवाय तोभ्यं नमो राधिकाय प्रियाय नमो नन्दलीलाय देवाय नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले व्रजमाना यशोदाभियो लुखलाधवमाना परामृष्टमत्यन्ततो नृत्यगोप्य यशोदाभियो लुख जयो राधा दामोदर श्री राधे जयो प्रभुपदा श्रील प्रभुपदा निताय गौरा हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल श्री दामोदराष्टकम की जय, श्रीला सत्यव्रत मुनि की जय, श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे।